Now, I am still in shock from last week. It's still last week, right? From the Olympics, seeing what we saw. It was incredible. I've been using that word a lot, incredible, to try to describe what I saw that day. But let's see, let's talk about some of the stories that we saw out there and how they're going to carry over into the NBA this season. So let's start with Wembanyama and how dominant he was without really putting up any crazy numbers. In the Olympics, I mean, first of all, he was a lot more confident, if you ask me, than his rookie season. He's still a rookie until now, until I guess the new season begins. So he's still a rookie. I would say he was a lot more confident than in the NBA. There was a lot more emotion. You could see him playing for a lot more, like he really wanted this. And he was very impactful. He wasn't putting up crazy numbers. I know in the last game he scored a lot more. I think it was 20 points or 19 or something like that. Like, he was not putting up those kind of numbers. But every shot, every player going in there had to think about it. And he's really good in terms of passing and all that. I'm not saying he is the Joker good, but he's pretty good. So he was really impactful. And I think this is going to translate into this new season coming up in the NBA in his sophomore season. I think he's going to be a lot more impactful. He's going to be more of a beast. So, Wembanyama is here. The Olympics, Wembanyama is here to stay. Those are my thoughts. I think it's going to carry over. Now, the other story that I saw was Marley Marl, Jamal, and the Joker. Now, can you believe it? At one time, we were actually talking about who is the best player between the two. This was a discussion not too long ago. Right now, we're seeing them go in opposite directions. All right, so in the Olympics, I know they do not give the MVP to any other player except from the winning team. And obviously it was LeBron James. That's another story for another time. I know some people think he shouldn't have gotten it, but I believe LeBron James deserved it. And I think they made the right call to give it to him. But if that was not the case, I would not be upset if the Joker got the MVP, because the Joker played incredible basketball, just like he always does. Now, on the flip side, we were talking about the Joker and Jamal Murray. Now, Jamal Murray played horribly, like horribly. And he wasn't all that great last season also. So these two players are going in the total opposite direction. This guy is Mr. MVP, and this guy, I don't know what's going on now. There are rumors floating around talking about Jamal Murray. He's known to come out of shape and play into shape. Now, this tournament, obviously not too many games, coming out there out of shape. And I know they got eliminated this season, didn't go all the way to the finals and all that. So he has been resting for a while. So I don't know how much he tried to get back in shape for this tournament. I really don't know. I don't know if this is going to translate into the regular season, and then we're going to see the Jamal Murray in the postseason. But I worry a little bit. I think this is something else that I think it's going to carry over. I feel like it's going to carry over into the regular season. I think Jamal Murray will not be all that great in the regular season. And I feel like the Denver Nuggets are in trouble coming into this season. I think Jamal Murray, his confidence is going to be shot a little bit. So he's going to have to pick it up, or else big problem in Denver. Okay, so Rudy getting benched in the playoffs and in the Olympics. I mean, I just finished talking about Wembanyama. So he was playing the same spot that he plays the same spot that Wembanyama was playing. And Wembanyama played really great. And Rudy, I mean, there's so much limitation with Rudy. We saw in the NBA in the playoffs what happened. And I think the coach, was it Atkinson Kenny, was also part of the coaching staff for France. I think they just saw the same problems. And I think this problem is just going to carry over into the NBA again. You can get away with it in the regular season because teams don't really plan for you like that. So I think in the regular season, Rudy will still be effective, but it's going to be a problem in the playoffs again. And this is something that's not going away unless Rudy takes his time during this summertime, during this break, to actually work on his game a little more. I feel like his limitation, his offensive limitation, and how the game is played nowadays is just a problem for Rudy. So we are going to be seeing Rudy at the bench a lot more unless he decides to change. We're talking about the postseason, though, not the regular season. In the regular season, we're going to see the old Rudy. That's my take on that, and I feel that's what's going to happen. Now, off to the next. The Celtics' top two players are having a horrible summer. Is that true? Is it really a horrible summer? I don't know, because Jaylen Brown seems to be having an okay time. When I talk about having a horrible summer, it's just the two of them didn't make it into the Olympics. Oh, wait a minute. Tatum made it, but he didn't play. We saw Holiday and White play. Tatum was pretty much a bench warmer and celebrating for the other guys while they scored. You know, he was out there. Okay, it's not really about Tatum. All right, it's about the Celtics' top two players, and how will this carry over into the NBA season, the upcoming NBA season? One or two things is going to happen. One, that will come back with a vengeance. That will come back with the vengeance, meaning we're going to show everybody, especially when they play against the Warriors and the Miami Heat, because rumors around this was Spoelstra. And, well, Kerr had something to do with it also. So it's going to be those two teams that will suffer. When the Celtics play against the Heat and the Warriors, you better tune in next season, because it's going to be something you don't want to miss. Or on the flip side, I don't see Jaylen Brown having any kind of issues or having problems next season. I think we're going to see the Jaylen Brown that we know. But Tatum, it could be on the other side. His confidence could be shot, and we might see something totally different. I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm really not sure. But one thing I'll tell you, be careful, not be careful. Make sure you're watching the Celtics play against the Heat, and make sure you're watching the Celtics play against the Warriors. Those two teams, I am definitely sure that Tatum is probably sitting somewhere, you know, marking on his calendar, marking those dates. Like, even though, wait a minute, the schedule's not out yet, but I'm sure he's waiting for that schedule. And of course, this is another story that everybody wants to see come into existence. Seeing LeBron James and Stephen Curry in the Olympics was great. Everybody loved it. You know, you come after Steph, LeBron James is steamrolling you all the way to the basket, and an easy basket he gets. And then you try to stop Steph. Steph is Stephen. All right. That is what we saw, especially the last two games when Steph decided to play. Because I don't know what he was doing at the beginning, but we definitely enjoyed it when Steph came to play. It was incredible. But yeah, people want to see more of this. This might happen. I don't think this upcoming season is going to happen. I think we all know it's not going to happen this upcoming season. But will it ever happen? There's a possibility. I mean, LeBron is going to play with his son this season, and then, you know, everything is over. I don't see Steph going to the Lakers. I know some people coming up with trades whereby, you know, it's a 3-team trade and all that. I don't see Steph going anywhere. So the only way this thing is going to work is if LeBron decides to go to the Bay. It's not too far away from LA, so he can do it. I mean, we saw CP3 do that last season, so it's possible. There's a possibility we might see this, but very, 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 very slim. If you ask me, very slim. Now, the last thing is we saw KD and we saw Books going off the books. It was off the yin-yang. Booker was incredible, like a Swiss Army knife out there. He was just doing everything, trying to get everybody involved, and he did a really good job. Kerr called him the unsung hero. What would I call him? I'll call him Books. That's all. And I think if he plays like this, if this carries over into the season, into this new NBA season, him just facilitating and making sure, you know, everybody else eats. And Bill, he shot 43% on 4.4 attempts per game. Let's say 4 attempts per game. So that's pretty good. If he just spreads the floor and shoots a lot more than slashing going in there, or him handling the ball, and then KD just becomes, you know, the Golden State Warriors KD, you know, play a lot of help defense, and when you need him for ISO, he gives it to you. But Books pretty much facilitating everybody. We might see something. But if you ask me right now, they're just not ready yet. I mean, experiencing, the winning culture and all that and celebrating and KD coming out calling the last two games very important games and, just feeling like he was playing important basketball again, stakes are high and everything. And I think you get a high off that and you want to continue playing at that level. So probably they would want to do that next season. So I see something like that, but they're not ready yet unless they get another piece. I think a center might be helpful if they could get somebody, KD and AD were great. Oh, get Bam out there. But Nurkic, I don't know. But definitely, I think we'll see more of the books. I'm just not sure how the Suns are going to make this thing come into existence, whereby it actually works. Yes. And on that note, I feel like I need to get out of here. Spoke for too long, so now I got to go. Peace.